Okay, guys, so here is your reading lesson for today. We're going to go ahead and get started. After you watch this video, so this is a video of our lesson. After you watch the video, then you're going to go to Schoology and complete a couple of different assignments. So this is the end of our poetry unit, but we're not really going to focus too much on poetry today. What I want us to focus on are paired passages. We haven't done a lot with paired passages this year, but you are going to see some on your CDB tomorrow. So that's why we're going to go over them. We're going to practice one together. You're going to do one by yourself in Schoology, and then you'll have some on your CDB tomorrow. So we want to make sure you see a paired passage. So think of the word pair, right? If you're a pair, there's two pairs of shoes, or your pair of shoes, right, would be 1 and 2. A pair of gloves is 2 gloves. So pair is 2, and then passages. So it's 2 passages that go together, and you have to answer questions about both of them and how they're the same or different or however. So we're going to practice that here in the lesson, and then you'll go to Schoology and do another one by yourself. All right, so here is our paired passage. This is called, first passage, really short. It's called A Grilled Cheese Discovery. Second passage, really short. It's called What About Rice? And then these questions are going to ask about each of the passages and then how they're the same or different. So let's start with A Grilled Cheese Discovery. The Colston family enjoys riding their bikes when they're on a trip. So on this summer afternoon, they take off on a long bike ride. The Colstons choose a route that takes them through town. The family turns the corner, closely following Jessie, who is in the lead. As they pedal down the unfamiliar street, Kara slams on her brakes. "Everyone, look at this restaurant," she cries out. The family notices the grilled cheese sandwich shop. Maxwell is the first to find the list of food that the restaurant offers. So the family looks over the menu, and each sandwich sounds delicious. "We have to try these sandwiches, Dad," exclaims Maxwell. Everyone agrees. Their discovery is great for the family scrapbook. Okay, and then our next passage is called What About Rice? We had never been to Texas before, but we were driving there to visit family. I could see my sister Brenda felt nervous about our trip. Brenda asked me nervously, "Do you think we're going to find food we know in Texas?" "I'm sure we'll find something for you," I said to ease her worries. Just after we crossed the Texas border, it was lunchtime. As we took our seats at a restaurant, Brenda said to the server, "I like rice. Do you have any rice here?" "We do. We make our rice with tomatoes." Brenda had never had tomatoes in her rice, and she looked unsure. "I know it's different than what you usually eat, but you should try it," I said reassuringly. When the food came, Brenda scooped a little of the rice into a spoon and tasted it, and when she gave a thumbs up, we all sighed in relief. So she did end up liking the rice. She just had to try it first. So here's one of the questions. The selection, what about rice? So this question tells you that the answer is going to come from this passage, not the grilled cheese discovery. It's going to come from what about rice? The selection, what about rice, is told from the viewpoint of Brenda, Brenda's brother or sister, the server at the restaurant, or an unknown first person. Okay, well, let's go through and see who is telling the story. The person is I. If they say, "I said this, I did this," that's usually the person's viewpoint that it's coming from. So we'd never been to Texas before. We're driving there to visit. I could see my sister, Brenda, felt nervous. So if I'm talking about my sister, Brenda, I'm not Brenda, but I could be Brenda's brother or sister. So this very first paragraph right here is going to tell you whose point of view it's coming from. It's not coming from Brenda. We're telling a story about Brenda, but the point of view is coming from Brenda's sister or brother. Okay, so that would be that one. Same passage.